Hi and welcome again to Mixing Like a Pro. This is Dami. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to mix acoustic guitar. Two techniques we're going to be using: subtractive EQing and also the compression to control the dynamics. Without wasting much time, let's jump right in. All right, so here we have these two acoustic guitar. There's one pan left, one pan right. These were recorded very well, but then they just needed a little bit of help to sit in the track. So what I'm going to do is play the raw guitar for you so you can hear it. You can pay attention to the dynamics. So I'm going to engage the plugins so you can hear the finer version. So as you can hear, the guitar on the dynamic side, it's really smooth. You don't hear any picking happening. So it's pretty well controlled. We're not compressing a lot, but just keeping it there. And then the EQ, what we've done is achieve some clarity by doing some deep and also by enhancing. So let's just take the first one, use that as an example, and then I'll go to the second guitar right there. For the demonstration purposes, I'll bring it to the center. Bypassed. So I'm gonna play bypass, and I want you to, I'm already showing you the EQ, but that's fine. The goal is to always listen first to know what is wrong with this guitar and what do I need to do. That's the first thing. So right there, I hear something around maybe 400 to like 600. That place. And you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab maybe a different EQ and let's do that from scratch. So even though I have what I've done, I can actually close it just to demonstrate as I'm listening now. What is it that I'm hearing and what do I need to fix? I can use this EQ here. I love the H EQ, which is why I use it very, sometimes, especially when I'm cutting and boosting it, there's something about it. Okay, let's listen. Let's go to around 500. What I'm listening for is there's a lot of stuff happening in there, not musical, and it's going to remove the clarity that the guitar has. Don't know what you want to call it, if it's the overtones that is there, and just some resonance boost. So let's go find it, make sure that what I think is there is there. I'm actually going to cut it first. Right here, so let me boost it. Right there, bypass. I'm gonna exaggerate it. So I'm going to do is cut that. I can adjust the Q slightly so it's not too wide. All right, and then let's bring it in and out. So that's that. Next, I'm going to I'm hearing some things around 2K that we need to, it's not very bad. around here, right there. Right here. Bypass. So I'm going to boost, because most times when we cut here, you can Right, next is the low mid area. We can use a low pass as well, a high pass, but let's come around here. I think we need to get some clarity down there as well. So what I'm going to do is, as I sweep, I'm going to tell you what I hear, so you know exactly what is bad to remove. Hopefully, when I stop, or when I say this is what I'm removing, hopefully maybe you're thinking the same too. Of course, this is not like it's a rule. You might hear something that you think that's okay, but I'm like, oh no, it sounds bad. So, but let's just sweep, and I'll tell you where I'm going to when I stop and I'm trying to dip what I don't like about the guitar. In this case, it's something that is not musical, something that is not adding value to that tone. That's what I'm trying to carve out. So nothing, but what I hear is the low energy here around between 100 and 200 is excessive to almost where the guitar is probably going to it's almost going to clip into. What I want to do, I don't need the high pass filter yet. Well, I can use that, but then I'm going to use a low, I'm going to change this to a low shelf. So let me boost it first so you guys can hear what I'm hearing. Okay, let's bypass. This note right here. To pay attention to what that note right there, it's around here. So this EQ right here move within is fixing a lot of that, and we can be more aggressive with this. But let's go on. Right. All right, that's that. The other thing is different EQ sounds differently. So I'm going to show you what I did on the H EQ. So this is the one that we're doing right now. Okay, let me bypass this and show you and bring this up what I did here. Let's actually see if there are similar moves. There can be similar move, but then the curve and everything is different, which is going to make it sound different, which is I like using the H EQ. So it's a very musical EQ. If you're boosting, if you're cutting as well. Okay, so let's actually see around 200. Seems like I was dipping. 244 here. around 550. I was also removing about 3 dB. Seems like we did something. Oops. No, 5 was fine here. And then in the mid-range, using a wide, look at this, very wide Q, around 2.5, I was cutting about 4 dB. So let's hear what this sounds like. Yeah, this sounds better. The bypass. Bring it in. So different EQ will give you different sound. Bypass it and let's use this one. Okay. Definitely it cleaned it up. You can be a little bit more aggressive with this with our chords, really. Bring the HEQ. Okay, so that's the different idea. So you see, using the HEQ, where I will find the frequency, how I cut it depends on a few things here. Depends on the cue and also the bands. They have different kinds of, I don't know what they call it, what you call this type of bell, not sure, you know. And I'm always, when I want to do a deep cut, very narrow one on vocal, I use the digital too, but I love the UK mode, the vintage, the modern. All right, so that's that. Now the other part of the video was to, let me remove this, dynamics, to control the dynamics. When we played the song earlier on, especially when it got to this side, things were in shambles, right? There's no control. Leaving that the way it is in the song is gonna be messy, because what I'm trying to use the guitar to do in the song is to use them as a rhythmic instrument on the sides, you know, acting like some tempo, some drums in there, because most times the only thing you're gonna hear is the mid-range, the top end. The low end in the song like this doesn't exist. So, which is why I would roll off some low end on here. If it's a different kind of song where I want the guitars to, the acoustic to have the weight, I would maybe most likely leave them or even boost them. Doesn't mean the low end is not necessary. It's definitely necessary. If not, things will sound so thin. But the goal is the top end needs to be consistent in terms of dynamics, and then also in terms of EQ needs to be clean. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the AR1. So using a medium attack, I'm using fast release. And that's basically it. I've adjusted my input output. That's all I'm using here. So let's just hear this in action. Don't think I'm compressing a lot, but we'll hear it. And you can pay attention to these areas right here. I don't want to use super slow attack because that can ruin it. You can always try it, but I'm not trying to increase the transients right on the acoustic guitar. The goal is to control it, not increase it. So that's why I'm using a medium to fast attack. Okay, as you can hear, it's not doing too much, nothing drastic. So let's go to this acoustic too. Kind of the same things, right? Seems like this one. On this one, I'm actually rolling out some top end, not because it's bad. Sometimes I just want things to sound a little bit different, or I want this one to shine on this side and this. I can't remember. This could have been something I did on the mix, but the fundamental thing is here. I'm removing almost the same frequency. Yeah, I must have just copied the one here, and then I'm using a low pass filter here, and then the compression setting too is I think it's the same. So both of them, just do a quick before and after again. Yeah, you can really hear how things just sit well in the well, not in the mix, but they're working together. It's not all over the place. So that sounds really nice. Let me see if I have a different section, the song. Okay, we're gonna bypass. Man, the guitar player is pretty nice. I love that, man. That's pretty good. It sounds really musical. Maybe this song could have been an acoustic song by itself. Anyway, so I hope this was really helpful on how to use EQ, compression when mixing acoustic guitar. The goal is to get clarity, sometimes get bass, get weight out of it, but in this case we're shooting mostly for clarity, removing the bad frequencies and then controlling our dynamics. And the dynamic part of this, I think, actually took the guitar sound to a next level, just controlling them, which is super good. So if you're still here, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and then I'm gonna see you on the next video. Thank you and bye bye.